friends, welcome back to Sam's Everyday Cooking. I hope you all are well. I hope you all are looking after yourself. And today we are going to make a delicious pan-fried salmon. With this we are going to make a dill mayonnaise. Very simple. Everything today is very simple and very fast going. And then we are going to make a coriander oil, which is going to complement the salmon. We just drizzle over and it really enhances the flavor. On the side, I'm going to make stir-fried broccoli. It's very simple. It's just with garlic and a red chili. So let's begin. For this, I've got 400 grams of salmon. It's a beautiful piece of salmon. Now for the salmon, you have to make sure that the salmon is completely dry. There should be absolutely no liquid. So I'm just going to leave this kitchen paper here whilst I explain the other things to you. And then for the dill mayo dip, we have 2 tablespoons of plain mayonnaise, that is. And then this is something new that's come in the market, which is Dijon mustard and mayonnaise mix. We're going to use this as well. We have about a little over a tablespoon of dill leaves, fresh dill leaves. We'll take a tiny bit of lemon zest, one for the mayo and also for the salmon. To just make the mayonnaise dill dip really sparkle, we'll add some lime. Of course, our good old salt, rock salt. Now, coriander, I'm not using much of the leaves. It's the stem part of it. I'll remove the roots, but it's basically that stocky stem. That's what I need. And this is just about 7-8 of them. We have extra virgin olive oil. This is really good olive oil. It's from Palestine. And then on the sides we have broccoli, and as much as or as little as you like. If you don't like broccoli, then you can use any other veggie. You can use also cauliflower. And for this, we have about a tablespoon of very finely chopped up garlic and a dry red chili. That's it. The chili is just for flavoring. It's not for the heat. I forgot to mention that we also need some freshly ground black pepper. Okay, so let's begin. Now, if you want to make the salmon which is the skin side nice and crispy, you have to make sure that it's completely dry. There's no moisture to it. So I'm going to make sure that I remove all excess water from here. We will lightly marinate this fish and we'll keep it aside, and then we will work on our dill mayonnaise. Okay, our salmon is really nice and dry. There's absolutely no excess liquid on this. Now I am serving for 2, so I'm just going to cut the salmon right across and make it into 2 portions right now. So I've cut this into 2. Now I'm just going to make a very light gashes, just so that it cooks fast if there are cuts in the flesh. And see, this is just very lightly cut here. And now we are going to nicely salt it and add black pepper. Okay, we are going to salt this. And because I like the skin very much, I like to make it really crispy. It's delicious to have the skin when it's very well done and it's crispy. And there goes our pepper. You can add as much or as little as you like. Obviously put a lot of cracked black pepper on this. And now we are going to add a little bit of the lemon zest. A little bit we're going to put in the dill mayonnaise and a little bit over here. And rub it in. Okay. Then we drizzle a little bit of olive oil. Not too much, just about maybe a tablespoon. And once again, just lightly rub it in. Okay, We should start now for the mayonnaise. So for that, I'm taking fresh dill and I'm going to chop it very fine, because it's really not nice when the dill comes in your mouth in big pieces. So it should be chopped very fine. I'm going to add this chopped dill into a bowl. This is just for a mixing bowl. This is not the bowl that we'll serve in, but we need a nice big bowl to mix it all up. Now I'm going to take one garlic and just gently grate it in this garlic grater, because we need a really fine paste. We don't want any bits and pieces coming in our mouth. It's a dip after all. So it's about just one garlic, and we're going to add that as well. Now we are going to add just the plain mayonnaise. You can even use the low-fat mayonnaise if you like. I'm just using the regular one. And we are going to use 3 big spoons of the Dijon mayonnaise. You can add a little bit more also if you like. Okay, and squeeze some lime into this. And mix it up. Now you have to taste it to see how the taste is. You might need to add some salt, but otherwise it should be just this. It should be enough. This is delicious dill mayonnaise. Is for the coriander oil. Now what I'm doing for this is I'm just removing the root. I want the stalky stems, and because it's got so much flavor packed in the stems, it's really pointless to throw it away. This tiny little bit we are going to discard, otherwise we're taking the whole stem. Alright, and we just roughly chop it up, because I'm anyway going to put it in my magic bullet. And then we need some garlic. You can finely chop or coarsely chop, doesn't matter, it's anyway going to be very well blended. Later on we're going to add the oil to this. I'm not going to add the oil right now. I'm just going to add this, and I'm going to add a little tiny bit of salt to it. That's it. So as you can see, this is pretty roughly chopped. It's not very fine. So there are 2 things. You can, if you like it chunky, if you like the garlic coming in your mouth, it's all right to leave it as it is. I particularly don't like it this way, so I'm going to strain it, because I want a really nice clear oil, and for that I'm just going to strain this entire thing, and I only want the flavors to be coming in the oil, not the chunky bits. Oil means this itself is very flavorful, so you can always use it for something else. Don't discard it, and it's also very delicious. This is these are chunky bits that are in the strainer. I can also add this chunky bits when I'm frying my broccoli. It'll taste delicious because it's got the garlic in it, and the coriander root has so much flavor in it. So I'm going to leave it for later. And what I've got here is the extract from the, because that put a tablespoon of water, so that's the extract of the water is, that is the coriander and the garlic juice. All the flavor is in both of this as well as this. Now to this I'm going to be adding our oil over here, about a tablespoon of oil. To mix it up very well, because the oil and water should not separate, so it has to be very well mixed together. So we have the pan is very hot. We have a teaspoon of olive oil in there. I'm going to add a little bit of this garlic. I'm going to reduce the quantity of garlic from here, simply because I want to add this garlic and coriander residue of the leaves and the garlic that's there. It's packed with flavor, and why should I waste it? So that's it. And then I'm going to add this dry red chili. It's got actually no spice. It's basically for the flavor, because it gives a really nice smoky flavor to the broccoli. Now I'm going to add 2-3 things at the same time. I'm going to add the broccoli first, and I'm going to add the coriander and garlic leaves paste as well. Because the pan is very, I like broccoli and cauliflower and things like that to be a little crunchy. You know, overcooked veggies don't really taste nice. We add a little bit of salt. A zing of lemon zest. That will really give a nice fresh flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of water right in the center and then close it. And it'll cook in its own steam for a minute. That's it, it's done. Okay, now for the centerpiece, which is the salmon. I'm going to just drizzle a little bit of oil on the pan. Just a little, because the fish also has oil, so no need to put too much oil. And I'm just going to allow it to become nice and hot. Okay, now to this very hot pan, we are gently going to place our salmon fillets in it. You see, you can hear the sizzling sound. Now once I place this in, you're not going to move this at all, because if you want the skin to be crispy, don't move it around. Leave it for at least 7-8 minutes without touching it at all. Okay, so our fish has been frying away for about 6 minutes, and you can see that this is the pink portion and slowly turning a white on the sides. So now it's a good time to turn over the fish, and you see how easily it moves away, otherwise it would be stuck to the pan. You gently turn it. Oh my, beautiful. See, it's such a crisp skin over here. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay. And don't press it down, because you don't want to release all the liquid from the fish. You just want it to cook through. Another 5 minutes and it should be done. As you can see, our fish is almost done now. Oh, it's perfect. It's beautifully done. We're going to plate it now. Eating our salmon, putting in all the broccoli on the side. So the green and pink combination looks beautiful. And of course, the last but not the least, the coriander and garlic oil. We're just going to pour a little bit all over the fish and the broccoli as well. This is a little, this looks pretty, and you know it's dill mayonnaise if there's dill on the mayonnaise. Okay, so our dish is ready, and I hope you do enjoy this very easy salmon and broccoli stir fry, broccoli and pan-seared salmon. It's very easy to make, it doesn't take very long, and you just can make it like 15-20 minutes before your dinner or lunchtime. Until then, be safe, try and be indoors as much as possible. See you next time, and take care of yourselves. Bye friends, see you.